Tonight, shining a light. A once-in-a-lifetime inquiry in Adelaide into the failings in the nation's aged care. A truckie in court for the hit-run death of a cyclist. A judge hears of the drug-fuelled rampage which killed a much-loved pet. And exclusive, the police success in disarming South Australia's bikies.
This is 10 News First, Adelaide, with Rebecca Morse.
Good evening. The Royal Commission into Aged Care says it has a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to ensure frail and elderly Australians are looked after in the manner they deserve. The inquiry began in Adelaide today with new powers to uncover the extent of systemic abuse.
The Royal Commission's task is to shine a light on the failings of a faltering system. Families of those abused say don't look away.
Look at this straight down the barrel, because we have walked away from this for too long, and prepare to be horrified.
It's going to be very confronting, but we need those horrors to come out.
A packed courtroom for the formal opening of an inquiry investigating over-medication, physical restraint and straight-out abuse of residents, often suffering dementia, loneliness and neglect.
There has been a rising torrent of concern that the aged care system is faltering in certain areas of safety and quality.
Systemic failures at the Oakden facility are likely repeated across the nation. The Royal Commissioner sought information from nearly 2,000 providers about complaints and shortcomings. Just 83 provided responses.
Inevitably, providers who do not engage with our requests draw attention to themselves and to their practices.
The Commission can compel evidence, but there's no shortage of ordinary Australians with complaints. The Royal Commission has already received more than 300 formal submissions from members of the public. Well over half deal with substandard care and insufficient staffing ratios in residential facilities. Staff, families, providers and experts will give evidence before a final report due in April next year. Alan Murrell for 10 News First.
A truck driver has just faced court for the hit-run death of a cyclist in the southeast. Hannah Ford was in court. Hannah.
The 37-year-old faced court here in Adelaide via video link from Mount Gambier late this afternoon. The 37-year-old father from Mount Gambier held his head low throughout most of the hearing as the judge granted him bail under the strict condition that he doesn't get behind the wheel of a truck. It's alleged he hit and killed Melbourne cyclist Daryl Adams on the Princes Highway yesterday morning, leaving him to die on the side of the road near Kingston Southeast. The victim's family today paying tribute to the rider, saying he was a dearly loved father and husband who passed doing something he loved. It was his first time here in Adelaide to celebrate the Tour Down Under cycling race. The case will return to court in July. Beck.
Thank you, Hannah. An Adelaide court has heard how a 20-year-old man savagely stabbed his former housemate's dog to death because he hadn't paid to repair damage to his property. And we warn there are disturbing details in this report.
Home videos of Warlock show how much he was loved.
Are you hungry?
But James Wretch took out his anger on the American Staffy simply over an unpaid debt. High on meth, he stabbed the dog more than 20 times before dismembering him and taking body parts out into traffic. An RSPCA prosecutor telling the district court there were bloody paw marks on the walls of the Hampstead Gardens home, indicating the dog was trying to escape. It is difficult to comprehend the terror. The gruesome incident last July was a final act in an escalation of violent drug-fuelled offending. The day before, Wretch stabbed his friend and burned him with a blowtorch. The victim was subjected to around a 3-hour ordeal. It was a cold, callous attack on a vulnerable victim.
The court heard after his arrest, Wretch described to a psychologist how he just snaps and goes from good James to what he called an evil nutcase.
Even the 20-year-old's lawyer conceded it's hard to fathom what he was thinking, saying he's in remission for leukemia and was abusing prescription drugs, meth and alcohol.
Will your client be seeking psychiatric help prior to his release?
I hope so, yes.
Wretch will also face sentencing for other attacks on a stranger and on police officers next Friday. Kate Summers for 10 News First.
Police in Melbourne are questioning a 20-year-old man over the murder of a young woman as she walked home. The community there again reeling over a senseless and random attack.
A man under arrest for the actions of a monster. The 20-year-old taken into custody in a neighbouring suburb to where the body of Aya Mossawe was discovered early Wednesday. As he was driven away, Saeed Mossawe visited where his daughter died. He was planning to visit her next month.
This is the last place my daughter was here. I have many dreams to be with her.
Earlier, fellow students held vigil for a young woman who had a gift for languages. Home videos show the Palestinian Arab could speak Mandarin, and she'd come to Melbourne to perfect her English. The 21-year-old chose Australia to study abroad because she believed it was safer than America.
This is an act of brutality, and I sincerely hope that the laws will change.
Once again, Australia is mourning the death of a woman killed while simply walking home.
It could have been my daughter, you know, it could have been my daughter.
The widower of Jill Ma, who was murdered in 2012, tweeting, "I am so thoroughly sick to my stomach of men murdering women. The human cost of male violence is staggering."
Every woman in Australia, every person in Australia should be able to travel home in safety.
Lachlan Kennedy for 10 News First.
A burst water main is likely to cause peak-out problems in Adelaide's east. Crews have spent a couple of hours trying to fix the leak at St Maurice. At least 16 customers are without water and one eastbound lane of McGill Road is closed. Leighton Hewitt has accused tennis wildchild Bernard Tomic of making threats of blackmail and physical harm against him and his family. Tomic returning serve, branding the veteran a liar.
Bernard Tomic fired first. Last night, Leighton Hewitt returned serve with an unprecedented attack.
I think the threats that I've received for me and my family, that I've had for a year and a half now, I don't think anyone would reach out to a person that speaks like that.
Hewitt laid bare tennis's glamorous image to its ugly underbelly.
Blackmail, threats and physical, yeah.
Tomic hit back, accusing Hewitt of lying, telling News Limited he'd never threatened his family. And he added Hewitt is a low person, not liked by the Australian public.
For me, it was probably the abuse that I copped from him that, in the end I drew a line in the sand.
The Tomic-Hewitt relationship is beyond repair. A return to Davis Cup won't happen.
He won't play Davis Cup while I have anything to do with it.
And as the war of words between its star coach and player reached alarming levels, Tennis Australia, perhaps fearing too many of its dark secrets have been made public, stayed silent on the issue. Rob Waters for 10 News First.
Nick Butler, please tell me it's not all bad news in Aussie tennis today.
What a mess that is. Too late to hug that out. Yes, so Ash Barty's through to the round of 16. There you go. And what about the Bolt from Murray Bridge? We'll wrap up the Oz Open. So the Price is right as Toby conquers Dakar with a busted wrist, if you don't mind. And scratch match, the power gets rough and ready on the training track because footy ain't that far away.
Exciting times. Thank you, Nick. Catch you later on. The 97-year-old Duke of Edinburgh has been pulled from the wreckage of his crashed car. The details are after the break. And later, South Australia's tennis tradie who served up a Grand Slam surprise. And the spine-tingling encounter with a giant of the deep.
Have you heard the rumour?
Oh, what rumour?
An ex-footy show star is going into the jungle. Yes! Oh my God!
Oh! He could be louder than you, Jackie.
Your political party has taken money from the banks.
More controversial than you, Sam.
I am responsible for my own downfall.
And Justin, what if he's even hotter than you?
I'm having a nervous breakdown.
Want to know who it is?
Tell me, doctor.
Oh my God.
Tell me.
You'll find out 7:30 Sunday.
Tell me.
And 7 o'clock Saturday, it's the African Jungle Game Show. What we lack in walls, we make up for in wildlife in I'm a Celebrity Saturday Schoolies.
The unmissable Maya sale continues with more great offers like 40% off towels and 20% off school shoes. Shop these offers and many more at the Maya sale, online and in-store now.
Maya, my store.
Sick of all the jibber jabber? All the wah wah wah? Then come to Dreamland.
And get up to 50% off mattresses, ensembles, beds, bedroom furniture and kids' beds. That's up to 50% off.
Without all the wah wah wah.
Dreamland.
I lost mine with the delivery driver. Thanks, Dave. See you next week.
I lost mine with the girls.
We're the girls.
I lost mine in L3. Behind the bananas.
I'm losing mine right now. Delicious.
Introducing the U-Foods 70/30. How will you lose yours?
SA Quality Home Improvements. SA Quality Home Improvements. For service and advice, no gimmicks in the price. SA Quality Home Improvements. For service and advice, no gimmicks in the price. SA Quality Home Improvements.
Need a win? 2 chicken sliders, winner, for just $5. Now that's winner. Red Rooster.
Right now at Bridgestone Select, you'll save more when you buy 4 selected car or SUV tyres. Get the 4th tyre free or up to $100 cash back. For tyres and auto service you can count on, you're always in safe hands at your local Bridgestone Select.
To be a pro at selfies takes practice, but to be a pro at travel just takes TripAdvisor. We offer up-to-date reviews and 360 hotel photos to help you find the right hotel and search over 200 booking sites to get you the right price. TripAdvisor.
Summer's hot, and the demo prices at Portside Mitsubishi are sizzling. Mirage ES Auto now $13,990 drive away. Lancer ES Sport Auto now $18,990 drive away. Huge savings continue. Wow, that's hot. Great value on Triton GLX 4x4 manual demo now $28,990 drive away. Triton GLS 4x4 Auto now $36,990 drive away. And Pajero Sport GLX now $41,990 drive away. Massive range of demos. So don't go anywhere, don't buy anything, don't sign anything until you've checked out Portside Mitsubishi.
Tonight, we put planet Earth to the test with its own 10-year challenge. Plus, at what age should people stop driving? 6:30.
Scott Morrison's been asked to do more to combat climate change as he wrapped up his visit to the South Pacific. Fiji's Prime Minister wants Australia to end our reliance on coal.
After 3 days building bridges, Scott Morrison heads home.
Hope you'll come back soon.
Wrapping up the first ever visit by an Aussie PM to Vanuatu or Fiji, a fact that hasn't impressed them.
We are neighbours after all.
The Fijian leg not long ago was unthinkable.
No one is happier than I am that our countries have left our disputes in the past.
The dressing down, though, came as Scott Morrison was urged to do more to save Pacific nations from climate change by curbing Australia's reliance on the coal industry.
From where we are sitting, cannot imagine how the interest of any single industry can be placed above the welfare of Pacific peoples and vulnerable people in the world over.
Our PM won't.
We have sensible, achievable commitments that will continue to ensure that Australia has a prosperous economy.
We will, though, help Fijian sport.
Everybody say Sharkies!
Sharkies! Assisting the entry of a local rugby league team into the New South Wales competition. Playing trial NRL games in the Pacific, there's money too for netball. And as Scott Morrison flies home, Bill Shorten has already begun his mammoth election campaign. Today with a bus splits through Brisbane. The opposition leader and his wife meeting shoppers in the key battleground state of Queensland. If you weren't aware, an election looms.
I think at most it's only 17 weeks away,
119 odd days away from today.
Those unsure who to vote for encouraged to shop around. Jonathan Lee for 10 News First.
The Duke of Edinburgh has survived a high-speed car crash near the Royal Country Estate. Prince Philip had to be pulled from the wreckage of his flipped Land Rover after it smashed into a smaller car.
Police surround the scene of a car crash, but this is no ordinary accident. The black Land Rover was being driven by the Duke of Edinburgh. Prince Philip was pulling out of a private road onto a busy motorway when his car was hit by a Kia with such force that it flipped.
The Range Rover was on its side, on the driver's side actually, so he would have been his side to the pavement, as it were. There was quite a bit of broken glass and a bit of broken plastic in the road, which is why we had to drive down the centre of the road.
Witnesses pulled the prince from the wreckage. He was conscious but quite shocked and shaken. Those first on the scene say a mother and a baby were in the other car. They were taken to hospital but weren't badly injured. The Duke and the other driver were breath tested, but neither had been drinking. Prince Philip then returned to the Queen's Sandringham estate to be by her side. It's been 18 months since the Duke retired from public duties. His last official appearance was at Princess Eugenie's wedding in October. Over the decades, both he and the Queen have usually driven themselves around on their private estates. Here, the Prince famously drove the Obamas during their visit in 2016. But the Duke of Edinburgh turns 98 this year, and it raises the question, when is it too old to drive?
No elderly person likes the idea of having their independence constrained, but I would imagine that the Duke and the Queen must be just pondering the sort of message that this sends in terms of self-discipline, responsibility, common sense.
No doubt today's Nimbus will bring back memories of the car crash that killed Princess Diana. Thankfully, this one had a very different ending. Eamon Ashton Atkinson for 10 News First, London.
Jodie Oddie has your weather today, and Jodes, it's Glenelg's turn for a tour party.
It is, Beck. There ain't no party like a street party at the Tour Down Under at Glenelg. Hey, how you doing? That's good timing. Everyone's heading down here, thousands in fact, for the eve of Stage 5. And if you do have a family, you're sitting at home thinking, what do I do? Then head on down here because there is a super cute kids village. There's a heap of gourmet food, awesome shopping as always on Jetty Road, and fashion parades as well, and outdoor cinema and live music that will keep you up and about all night.
There's going to be a street party at Glenelg. Thousands of people coming. I'm so excited.
What about the riders?
The what?
The riders.
Oh, the bike people.
Some relief tonight for the Tour Down Under riders. It has been impossibly hot all week, but a little bit of relief tonight, as I mentioned, and then across the weekend it'll warm up just a little bit, but I'll be back at 5 to 6 from Jetty Road at Glenelg with all your weather details. See you then.
Perhaps some more trolleys in the background to keep things interesting for you. We'll have more from today's tour sidelines after the break, kicking off with Lycra and lattes at Unleigh. And eating your way to a drop in dress size, the surprise success of snacking.
If you snap a great weather photo, don't forget to send it through. You'll find 10 News Adelaide on Facebook and Twitter, or email it to 10adelaide@network10.com.au.
I was trolley shamed once. I was in the supermarket. A woman behind me, she looked at my trolley and went, "Ooh, somebody's having a party." And I was like, yeah, there's a few coming over. There wasn't anyone coming over.
You, Husey, we have a problem. Coming to Tuesdays on 10.
The Nick Scarlett January sale ends soon. Save up to 50% off a huge range of quality furniture. Up to 50% off. The Nick Scarlett January sale ends soon.
It can be harsh living on the land, but our sheds are tougher than most. And if they're strong enough out here, they'll be strong enough anywhere. With savings across the entire range for Olympic Industries' 50 years strong sale, head to your local display centre now.
Make your dream car a reality. With a car loan rate this low from People's Choice Credit Union, anything's possible. Call People's Choice on 13 11 82, visit a branch or apply online.
CMI Toyota's 2018 Hilux plate clearance is on. Make any excuse to check out Hilux Workmate 4x2 single cab from $22,990 drive away. Or Hilux SR 4x4 dual cab from $45,990 drive away. Now with free auto upgrade. Plus all vehicles come with Toyota's 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty. For these and more great deals, visit CMI Toyota, West Terrace City, Cheltenham or Christie's Beach today.
We love to see you, CMI.
When it comes to home security and blocking out the heat and cold, you can't beat Dynamic's Aussie-made roller shutters. We make and sell direct to you, so there's no 40 or 50% off. We simply give you the best price every day. So call Dynamic Home Enhancements. You help us, we help you.
The Taste Furniture summer sale is on now, with up to 60% off our range of sofas, dining, outdoor and bedroom furniture. Now everyone can afford to taste the difference. But hurry, up to 60% off ends soon. Taste Life, Taste Furniture, Enfield and Keswick.
There are no child-proof locks in our day.
No, we fell out of trees.
You played in the streets.
We're pretty hardy.
But we're not invincible. We got funeral insurance the other day.
Apia Funeral Insurance gives you 10% cash back every 3 years. Call Apia for a quote today.
The greatest show is coming. Just you wait.
It's a star-studded week on Studio 10 with your all-access pass.
Carol King, Clint Eastwood, Elaine Page and an Aussie TV legend.
Plus, just who's going into the jungle and will they scream, "Get me out of here!"
That's next week on Studio 10.
A pleasant change for Tour Down Under fans today with more manageable temperatures. They witnessed one of the more gruelling stages up Corkscrew Road, starting off from Unley.
After days of braving the heat, today fanatics were rewarded.
And it's been really hot, so today's a bit of a relief.
What was hot? The coffees.
Thanks, David.
Lots of them.
400, maybe a bit more.
As King William Road showed off its reputation for food and fashion. Today, modelling lycra.
Perfectly set up for everyone to come along and join in.
Unley hosted its 19th stage start.
I've been coming to the tour for at least probably 15 years.
And the proximity you can get to the riders is amazing.
Close enough to make memories.
I got the news that we were coming down here 6 months ago, so I've been waiting every day.
As riders farewelled the paved strip, they headed through several hills towns, including Harndorf.
The beer after a ride's not bad, but just a beautiful town.
The often busy main street even more packed.
Then they left in their own pelotons, ready to get their next vantage point along the race route. At least there was a bit more relief today. Finally, some rain.
Makes it a little slippery though.
A swarm of cyclists led to the infamous climb up Corkscrew Road.
Being here with everyone else, it's just an exciting atmosphere. Good atmosphere, lots of people, not so hot.
The pros put on a show as they fought the gruelling uphill trek. Then a steep downhill before those with the most energy to spare battled to the line in Campbelltown. Brett Clappis for 10 News First.
Most people know eating healthy meals helps with weight loss, but now some experts say snacking in between meals is the key to keeping the extra kilos away.
Lisa Seskin is a habitual dieter, from trendy intermittent fasting.
Yeah, I haven't lost any weight because I couldn't really give it everything.
to plain old restriction. Nothing seemed to help her lose weight until she started snacking. The 26-year-old dropped a dress size just by eating.
Yeah, I feel good, and I think it's more like I'm really conscious of making sure I feel good inside and out.
New research suggests that healthy snacking could be the key to maintaining and possibly losing weight.
And especially over the last 10 years, we've found that consumers are snacking 4 times as much as they used to.
So if we're just having those 3 square main meals, we can get really over hungry by the time we get to our next meal. So having a few smaller healthy snacks throughout the day can prevent you from overeating.
The Nielsen research found there are 7 different kinds of snackers. The most dangerous when it comes to weight gain is the impulsive snacker.
So when you get to that really ravenously hungry point, we tend to reach for high sugar or high fat foods.
But whether that's better than intermittent fasting...
There is some research that shows that it's as effective as just traditional reduced calorie diets. Most diets that restrict you in some way aren't going to be sustainable in the long term, so it's about those small healthy changes that you make day to day.
Whether you're a snacker, a faster or follow some other kind of diet, experts all agree that the key to maintaining or even losing weight is exercise, whatever sort it might be. And that's pretty sweet. Amanda Hart for 10 News First.
Gun crime figures obtained by 10 News First reveal just where the problem is rife in Adelaide. That's next. Also, the dog detectives targeting a new threat in our prisons. And alarm over how many Australians are dodging a simple test for a deadly cancer.
Have you heard the rumour?
Oh, what rumour?
An ex-footy show star is going into the jungle.
Yes!
Want to know who it is?
Tell me, Doctor. Oh, my God.
You'll find out 7:30 Sunday on 10.
And 7 o'clock Saturday, it's the African Jungle Game Show. What we lack in wars, we make up for in wildlife in I'm a Celebrity Saturday Schoolies.
The Nick Scarley January sale ends soon. Save up to 50% off a huge range of quality furniture. Up to 50% off. The Nick Scarley January sale ends soon.
Clark Rubber's end of season clearance is on now. Get 20% off portable above ground pools and get 20 to 30% off our grey water toys. Yes, up to 30% off water toys. Hurry, sale ends Sunday. Clark Rubber. Everything pools, foam and rubber.
Right now at Bridgestone Select, you'll save more when you buy 4 selected car or SUV tyres. Get the 4th tyre free or up to $100 cash back. For tyres and auto service you can count on, you're always in safe hands at your local Bridgestone Select.
You can't beat Burnside.
Port Adelaide's just perfect. Country blinds, outdoor cafe blinds, shade blinds and shutters too. Plus 9 mobile selection vehicles to show them to you just about anywhere.
Everybody loves their country.
How's this from SA Quality Home Improvements? A self-cleaning pool. Can you believe that? Self-cleaning with a series of automated jets that direct debris for drainage. And then it's done. No fiddling with nets, no expensive pool cleaning accessories, no work for you. How good is that? And when you buy a pool from SA Quality Home Improvements, you can buy whatever you need to surround it and enhance your lifestyle.
SA Quality Home Improvements.
Every life deserves to be celebrated with the highest standards and level of care. It's the decision to go with family that makes everything right. The Ivan Butler family, caring for generations since 1975.
Let's do psychology. Let's discuss the nature of human nature. Let's theorise, analyse, hypothesise. Let's talk it through. Okay, now let's take action. Let's do this. Applications close March 1.
G'day, how's it going? Looking for a bargain? It's Haggleco's Hot As Sale. $100 single beds, $49. $300 queen beds, $99. $400 double bunk beds, $199. $500 trundle beds, $299. $800 lounge suites, $499. Mate, prices like these are too hot to haggle. $500 off designer lounges. $500 off designer dinings. $500 off designer bedrooms. $500 off big brand mattresses. Haggleco!
Got loose change? You'll love our loose change menu. Grab a 100% Aussie beef hamburger for just $1 at Macca's.
Adelaide's top stories tonight. The Aged Care Royal Commission has been told providers are shirking the request to give evidence. A Mount Gambier truckie has been granted bail over yesterday's hit-run death of a cyclist. And a court heard details of how a dog was killed during a drug-fuelled rampage. New figures obtained by 10 News First show almost all of SA's known bikie population is now permanently banned from owning guns. But police are also turning their attention to the corner of Adelaide where gun crime is rampant.
A drive-by at a Blakeview home, a man and young child inside at the time. Bullet casings littering yet another northern suburb street, part of a pattern making the area the gun crime capital of South Australia. Figures obtained by 10 News First show that in the past 3 years there have been a whopping 361 gun-related offences in the north, compared with 194 in the west, 154 in the south and 129 in the east. And for police trying to stop it, they have one key group in their sights.
We'll continue to work through the members, ex-members and close associates of outlaw motorcycle gang.
Of a record high 340 South Australians hit with firearm prohibition orders, almost half are bikies or bikie associates.
That list will grow. I'm sure it will.
Among those already banned from ever owning a gun, Comanchero's bikie Raymond Jones and Mongols gang member Andrew Mazrak.
Because the penalties, if they're found in possession of a firearm in contravention of their order, can be up to 15 years imprisonment.
Police believe they have slap bans on almost every gang member they know of, but there is still work to do.
And we will continue to ensure that that those who have a firearms prohibition order issued against them are not in possession of firearms because they shouldn't be.
Hannah Ford for 10 News First.
And a man took himself to the Lyle McEwen Hospital last night with gunshot wounds. However, he's not cooperating with police, who don't know where or how the shooting occurred. The body of a Victorian teenager has been found 3 days after he was swept off a dangerous South Coast beach. Family of Arash Yari were there as a police helicopter spotted his body this morning. The 17-year-old had been wading in waist-deep water at Parsons Beach on Tuesday when he became caught in a rip and dragged out to sea. A team of sniffer dogs is set to be unleashed in the state's prisons as part of a crackdown on drug smuggling. 6 canines will sweep jails, screening prisoners and visitors, and guards too.
Trained to detect and protect. Yang is one of 6 dogs spearheading the state government's war on drugs in our prisons.
Since we came into government, we've made it abundantly clear we have a zero tolerance on drugs in prisons.
The canines will be hounding facilities across the state.
Every day, every week, it's a 7-day-a-week operation in this unit.
The Paw Patrol has been trained to detect the most common drug smuggled in, buprenorphine, a prescription opioid.
If people are trying to smuggle this drug in a raw form, the dogs can actually detect that smell differently to if you have taken it legally in your system.
Over the last year, the pack underwent intensive training and a trial period, and they'll be targeting not only prisoners and visitors, but guards too. In December, a prison guard was arrested and charged, accused of smuggling drugs into Yatala. High schools are also in the sights of the state government, with sniffer dogs to be used in classrooms across the state from term 1.
Don't do it. Don't introduce drugs into our prisons. You will be detected. You will be prosecuted.
Caroline O'Day, For 10 News First.
A 19-year-old man charged over the death of his friend in a northern suburbs crash last month has been refused bail. Hayden Pepe is accused of killing Philip Frith at Para Hills. The teenager's lawyer had asked for him to be freed so he could receive rehab for injuries from the crash, but Pepe remains in custody to face court again in April. A multi-million-dollar campaign is being rolled out across the nation to urge Australians to take a simple test which could save their lives. The test is free, but not enough. Take it up.
Everyone between 50 and 74 gets them free in the mail.
Free National Bowel Cancer Screening Kit every 2 years.
Half go in the bin. Thankfully, not Judy Christie's.
The cancer they removed was stage 3 of 4, and it would have been palliative care only when I eventually had symptoms.
She did the test, which involves taking samples of your own
and a prepaid envelope and checklist with which to return your samples.
With early detection, the bowel cancer survival rate soars from 69 to 90%.
I would not be standing here today if I had not done the test.
Many people intend to do the test, but life's busy, things get in the way.
In a Victorian trial, a Cancer Council ad campaign drastically improved the number of people taking the home test.
If he'd have had the test, he'd probably be alive today.
Are you 50 or over?
$10 million from the Morrison government will see that campaign rolled out nationally.
We are likely to save 83,000 lives between now and 2040.
The case is a compelling one.
It's 5 minutes of your life to save your life.
Tracy Bailey did the test only after a family tragedy.
I had 2 family members die of cancer.
It turned out she had a stage 1 tumour.
If I hadn't got the kit, I wouldn't have even known.
Nick Etchells for 10 News First.
A Sydney mother in her 40s is $107 million richer after making Powerball history. The healthcare worker was the sole winner of last night's jackpot. She bought her ticket online, picking random numbers, and she originally thought she'd won $107,000. She plans to share the money with her family, her favourite charity, and says she won't be giving up work. Good luck to her. A rising star from Murray Bridge is slamming the odds and the competition, booking a spot in the 3rd round of the Australian Open. It's been a wild ride for the wild card, who ditched tennis for a trade just 3 years ago.
More of a marathon than a bolt, but after 5 sets...
And lightning strikes for Bolt.
26-year-old Alex Bolt defeated Frenchman Gilles Simon to progress to the 3rd round of the Australian Open. Having never previously defeated anyone inside the top 70, the wildcards win such a surprise he almost forgot the post-match interview.
My parents have come over from Murray Bridge, so to be able to perform like this in front of them is just, real special.
He dug deep and anything's possible.
Growing up in the Murraylands, Alex would travel 2 hours for tennis training in Adelaide. He made his Grand Slam doubles debut in 2015, but the next year...
He's struggling with form and injury. And just, he wasn't enjoying himself, he wasn't loving the game.
And relinquished his racket, swapping tennis for a trade. He spent 10 months building fences and joined the local footy team, the Maipalonga Tigers.
And I think that was the best thing he's ever done, and he hasn't looked back since.
Now serving up success, adding to Tuesday's maiden Grand Slam win. Tomorrow will be his greatest challenge, taking on world number 4 German Alexander Zverev. Chloe Boris for 10 News First.
Nick, it looks like we've got a new cult hero to follow.
I love his hair. I love that he was digging holes, the whole top deck thing. Bolty, yes.
You're on board.
That's it. Now we love the Bolt and Ash Barty as well. We'll wrap up all the action from Melbourne Park. Settle down. Also runs on the board, but he's 230 enough to claim the one-day series. Don't think so. And scratch and win, the Power youngsters turn a few heads in a full throttle trial.
British indie pop band Bastille joined us live tonight, 6:30.
Are you Team Kate?
The future Queen of England was in tears over what Meghan had said to her.
Or Team Meghan?
What Meghan wants, Meghan gets.
You don't like each other.
Whose side are you on?
This is the real story.
Princesses at War, 9 o'clock Monday on 10.
Subic Auto's 3-day excess stock clearance sale is on now with 40% off the Castrol Edge lubricants range, $1 cans of degreaser and car care gift buckets from $15. Hurry, sale ends Sunday.
As Australians have been perfecting their outdoor lifestyle, the Stratco Outback Patio has continuously evolved, inspiring you to create the perfect ambience for a cafe-style brunch. Express your style and sophistication in the way you entertain. Or organise a movie premiere at home the stars will come out for. Discover the latest evolution of Outback patios at Stratco. So you bring the dream, Stratco will bring the how-to.
Australia, at Coles, we reckon there's nothing better than 100% Aussie meat for your summer barbecues. Beef, lamb, chicken or pork. If it's Coles fresh meat, it's 100% Aussie meat.
Coles 100% Australian succulent lamb whole leg roast, just $10 a kilo. That's right, just $10.
100% Aussie meat.
Get your laughing gear around that. If you love delicious 100% Aussie fresh meat,
delicious.
Good things are happening at Coles.
There's extra value on 2018 plate clearance stock at Mazda. 2018 plate Mazda BT50 utes are built tough and loaded with features. Get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto plus Mazda's 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty. Get even more value on BT50 4x4 XT dual cab utes from only $38,990 drive away, now with 2018 plate bonus. Don't miss out. Final plate clearance stock is all going at your nearest Mazda dealer today.
Escape to a better home loan. With great rates like this and home loan specialists you can trust, People's Choice can help set you free. Call 13 11 82, visit us in branch or online.
Every Metricon home is designed to enhance your life. Perhaps that's why, since 2011, Metricon have won more awards than any other South Australian builder. Awards for how professionally we look after our customers and the quality of our homes. Awards for beautiful design. Designs that are always remarkable value for money, so you can afford the very best. Love where you live. Metricon.
The Nick Scali January sale ends soon. Save up to 50% off a huge range of quality furniture. Up to 50% off. The Nick Scali January sale ends soon.
Judith, I've got to clear something up. Sure. I am not stealing your look, all right? So, I am not.
New Hughesy, coming to Tuesdays on 10.
Good evening. Well, as Leighton Hewitt and Bernie Tomic continue to feud off court, Ash Barty continues to dominate where it counts. The world number 15 shrugged off an injury complaint to move into the final 16.
Right now, it seems nothing can stop the Barty party.
Got it. That's a double break cushion.
For the first time in her career, Ash Barty will make an appearance in the 4th round of the Australian Open after her straight sets win over Maria Sakkari of Greece.
Yeah. Oh, and Ash gets her Aussie Open breakthrough.
She cleared the air on abdominal pain she felt during the match that needed medical help.
It was more just for a bit of reassurance and support, but I knew it wouldn't affect me on court, so it was more just for reinsurance.
But still couldn't escape questions over the bitter off-court squabble on the men's side of Australian tennis after Leighton Hewitt returned serve on Bernard Tomic.
I think the threats that I've received for me and my family that I've had for a year and a half now, I don't think anyone would reach out to a person that speaks like that. So,
in my eyes, we've had focus on my tennis, focus on all of the other good stories that are going around, and I have no knowledge of what's going on with the Davis Cup, so I can't comment.
Roger Federer was typically flawless.
And he closes it out with an ace.
The human highlight reel was precise at every point against American Taylor Fritz.
Oh, come on.
Oh, goodness. With Nick Kyrgios in awe of the champ.
This is outrageous, tennis.
The backhand was, as always, picture perfect, cruising to a straight sets victory.
And Federer through to the 4th round.
He even had his son watching on, well, when he wasn't a little distracted.
So for me it was a very special match, and I'm happy
Lenny was there in the first row today.
Oh, that was Lenny. Okay, all right.
The women's defending champion hasn't got it so easy. Caroline Wozniacki headed into a third set with Maria Sharapova. Tim Hipsley for 10 News First.
Okay, India holds the upper hand in the one-day decider at the MCG. The Aussies were all out for 230 in the 49th over, with Peter Handscomb the only man to pass 50.
Another match, another lost toss for Australia, forced to bat on a damp MCG wicket, and Aaron Finch was looking edgy early on.
Edge falls short, I think. Goodness me. Oh, thick edge will get 4 for Finch.
It seemed the out-of-sorts skipper had luck on his side for once, so Bhuvaneshwar Kumar took a long shot to get under his skin.
Obviously can't bowl the ball halfway to the grandstand.
The tactic paying off the very next ball.
That's close in front. Give it! Wow, that upset the rhythm of Aaron Finch.
Sean Marsh also riding his luck at times.
Is it an edge?
Yeah, I think so.
But he quickly broke the shackles, going after India's slow bowlers.
So the first really bad ball that's been punished by the Australians.
A 73-run partnership between Marsh and Usman Khawaja digging the Aussies out of a hole. Leg spinner Yuzvendra Shalal first over, putting a swift end to that.
There. Bring the wrist spinner on and he takes both the left-handers out of the game.
Marcus Stoinis unable to stop the slide, gone for just 10 as the big show entered to rousing applause.
And Glenn Maxwell, what damage can he do?
The answer, just 26. Fellow Victorian Peter Handscomb forced into a salvage mission with the tail. A well-timed 58 dragging Australia to 230. Jalal finishing with a career best 6 for 42. Josh McLean for 10 News First.
Okay, reigning champion Daryl Impey has made his move in the Tour Down Under. The South African conquered the famed corkscrew before exploding in a dash to the line.
Lycra and lattes were again the flavour of the day, with the race leader Patrick Bevan savouring the taste of another stage in ochre.
So to still be in the G today is a success, but there's no hiding on the corkscrew.
Rolling out of Unley and firing up the freeway, the peloton relishing a cold shower after a week of scorching heat, as a group of 6 riders opened up a big gap.
The peloton may have made a very big mistake by letting this group get out to such a lead.
But as the breakaway torpedoed towards the infamous Corkscrew Road, the peloton cranked into gear, wiping out the advantage to set the stage for the climbers.
Woods, Richie Port, Bennett, these are the 4 trying to go away now. These are great climbers.
The big guns rising to the top, but on the descent, it all nearly came crashing down for Richie Port.
Oh, but Woods almost pushed Richie Port out of it there with his back wheel.
Just 20 riders survived the corkscrew climb to fight it out at the Campbelltown finish.
Sanchez through the inside. Patrick Bevan in second.
And he continues for the line.
The defending champion timing his move to perfection.
Daryl Impey, the fastest man in the bunch. Oh boy, that is a big result.
In an emotional moment for the South African.
So I had a good mate who passed away early January, so I had him in my mind, Justin, and I dedicate this win to him.
Kiwi Patrick Bevan's second place finish enough to keep the ochre jersey for a third stage. Jace Kemp for 10 News First.
Okay, Port Adelaide's young brigade impressed in a rough and tumble open training session this morning. Speedster Connor Rosie caught the eye of the coach after catching a teammate.
With 500-odd fans watching on, Port's future stars were on show. Connor Rosie's speed was hard to miss and the tackling pressure was contagious.
Oh.
Up front, Todd Marshall is finding his feet.
You obviously get pretty excited when it's the first time to just play football, so yeah, it was pretty full on out there.
Former Lion Mays is still getting used to the extra public attention.
People in Brisbane don't notice you unless they're sort of a fantasy footy fan or something like that, and you didn't get a good enough score on the weekend.
The 24-year-old winger says the move back to Port Adelaide made perfect sense.
The talk a little bit about Pollock leaving as well, sort of opening up that wing spot there, sort of caught my eye a little bit. I can see myself filling that position.
In Melbourne, Tom McDonald will carry a toe injury all year with the help of a foot expert who usually cares for ballet dancers.
She gave us lots of really interesting exercises with toes and how to use your feet in ways we don't really think about as footballers. I think that's helping a lot of guys like Jack Viney. I think's turned a corner and he really rates the exercises we're doing. It's stuff you would never really think about.
At North, recruit Dom Tyson says Majak Dor is making positive steps on the road to recovery.
At the moment, it's just the spirits are good, and from what we're hearing, and that's just, yeah, you just confident that the support's all there for him.
And bomber Zach Merritt will be in a moon boot for a fortnight after spraining his ankle today. Max Burford for 10 News First.
Okay, and the 36ers have flown to Sydney, riding high after last night's 13-point win over Perth. With Ramon Moore sidelined, rookie Jack McVeigh stepped up with 8 points, 7 boards and 3 assists.
Dings for McVeigh, walked around. That's an excellent finish, maybe the best play we've seen from him this season.
I felt like I did pretty well, and I mean, we got the win, so that's the most important part, and I helped the team get the win. So moving on to another big one tomorrow. If I'm playing well again, then I'll be out there. If I'm not, then someone else will step up.
Adelaide takes on top of the table at the Kings tomorrow afternoon. Aussie Toby Price has ridden through the pain barrier to claim his second Dakar rally, the 31-year-old conquering the hot sand with a broken wrist, if you don't mind.
Defying the odds in the Peruvian desert, this is as good as it gets for Toby Price.
Bandera de Australia, Toby Price.
His second Dakar Rally title after winning in 2016.
I'm over the moon, I'm so damn stoked, and it's been a long 10 days.
Leading into the final stage, KTM Racing's #1 rider had green and gold support.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
A faultless showing was all Price needed, but it was all over as a contest when second-place Chilean Pablo Quintanilla went down just 10 kilometres in. The fall gave the Australian a clear run to victory, but not before showing sportsmanship as he checked in on his fallen rival. The victory even more astonishing after the New South Wales-born rider broke his wrist training for the event just 1 month ago.
Now I just wait and see what damage I've done to the wrist, so we'll... At the end of the pain and the torture's been worth it. Yeah, very speechless at the moment, so it's good times.
Michael Caine for 10 News First.
Righto, Rocky the Mountain Lion is an NBA mascot legend. He's been entertaining Denver Nuggets fans for years with his no-look half-court shots. Today, the Daredevil took his stunts to a new level, though, by trying to jump over a moving car.
Good luck and Godspeed. All right, people, don't try this at home. Oh my God! Oh my God!
That was one rocky road there. The ambulance was called, but nothing could stop Rocky from recovering in time to cheer on his Nuggets to a win. And for that, Rocky claims our play of the day. Rocky Mountain John Denver. Toby Price, what a legend. Busted wrist. He wouldn't even be able to throttle it up.
That's resilience right there, isn't it?
In the diary.
That is the resilience diary. Thank you, Nick. Jodie Oddie has your weekend with the details next, and we'll take you on an extraordinary dive with a monster of the deep. You will want to see these pictures.
The 92-year-old Aussie woman speedwalking her way into the record books.
Have you heard the rumour?
Oh, what rumour?
An ex-footy show star is going into the jungle. Yes! Want to know who it is?
Tell me, Doctor.
Oh my God.
You'll find out 7:30 Sunday on 10.
The Early Settler Summer Sale is on now. 30, 40, 50% off and more. Up to 70% off this season's outdoor range with sofas and dining ready to go. Buy one table lamp, get one free. The Early Settler Summer Sale ends soon. Don't miss out.
As Australians have been perfecting their outdoor lifestyle, the Stratco Outback Patio has continuously evolved, inspiring you to create the perfect ambience for a cafe-style brunch. Express your style and sophistication in the way you entertain. Or organise a movie premiere at home the stars will come out for. Discover the latest evolution of Outback patios at Stratco. So you bring the dream, Stratco will bring the how-to.
There are many names for people living in rural areas. There's Sparkies, Chippies, Fireys, and Bikies. But we've also got Curly, Tubby, and Tiny. Whatever the name, it's harsh living on the land. But our sheds are tougher than most. And if they're strong enough out here, they'll be strong enough anywhere. Olympic Industries' 50-year strong sale now on. Olympic Industries, built to last.
Everybody
Oh, I do love the views at Port Noarlunga.
Yep, still, you really can't beat North Adelaide.
I always look forward to heading to Mawson Lakes.
Country Blinds, 30 years of making them right here and taking them just about everywhere. Country Blinds, custom-made curtains, indoor blinds, outdoor blinds and plantation shutters, and 9 mobile selection vehicles to bring it all to you. Call for a free in-home measure and quote.
Everybody loves their country. Coming up on Pointless, we have everything from chick flicks to the queen of crime, Agatha Christie. And it's my favourite subject. I love this one. African countries. Do you think anyone will be able to name my favourite? Pointless next.
Divers off the coast of Hawaii have had an incredible encounter with the biggest great white shark ever filmed. Known as Deep Blue, the pregnant female seemed unfazed by all the attention as she feasted on a sperm whale carcass. Believed to be around 50 years old, Deep Blue is over 6 metres long. She was last spotted near Mexico in July. Why are you patting her? Well, Jodie Oddie is filling in for Kate tonight, and Jodes, it's a little breezy down at the bay for tonight's street party.
It is, Beck, and I do not understand how that shark was so well controlled with the photographer so near, but it is breezy down here this evening for the Tour Down Under street party, as evidenced by my uncontrollable hair. There is no amount of hairspray in the world that can control it this evening, but do not let that stop you from coming down this evening. It is going to be absolutely epic. Thousands of people will head down here for the Tour Down Under. But first up, let's have a look at our weather photo. And this one this evening was taken by one of the members of our weather Facebook group. Gail snapped this tree in Whyalla this week. We all know it's been hot in Whyalla during the heat wave, and I think this captures how absolutely everyone in Whyalla would have been feeling by the end of it. Well, today it reached 26 degrees in Adelaide. The low was 23 overnight, which is why it was so hot and sticky. Right now, it's still 23 degrees. Across the suburbs, Elizabeth had a top of 25 degrees, still warm over there. It was also 25 in Noarlunga and 24 in Glenelg, Mount Barker and Murray Bridge. Around the state, it reached 36 in Roxby Downs, 34 in Woomera, 30 in Port Augusta. Port Pirie and Clare were 29, Maitland reached 27, and Whyalla and Ceduna were 24 degrees. 37 was the top in Renmark, but it was cooler further south with 26 in Nuriupa and Keith, 25 in Naracoorte and 24 in Port Lincoln, Kingscote and Mount Gambier. Interstate today, Brisbane was a warm 32, Sydney reached 29, there were showers in Melbourne and Perth was sunny. On the satellite photo, that cloud stretching across SA is bringing some showers and storms. That's combining with a low pressure trough extending from Western Australia. Interstate tomorrow, it'll be mostly sunny in Brisbane and Melbourne, partly cloudy and windy in Sydney, and Perth will be very hot and sunny. Back in our state now, there's a chance of showers and possible storms, mostly in the west of our state. Maximum temperatures should reach 41 in Roxby Downs, 38 in Woomera, 34 in Port Augusta and Port Pirie. Clare and Maitland are heading for 30. Whyalla should be 29 and Ceduna 26. 34 is the top for Renmark, 30 in Nuriupa, 29 in Keith. Port Lincoln should reach 25. Kingscote and Mount Gambier should be 24 and Victor Harbour's heading for 22. A strong wind warning has been issued for the Spencer Gulf and Gulf St Vincent tomorrow, and a severe thunderstorm warning is in place for northwest and northeast pastoral districts. On local waters now, winds will be south to southeasterly 10 to 15 knots, increasing to south to southwesterly 15 to 20 knots north of Grange in the afternoon with seas up to 2 metres. In the suburbs, it should reach 31 in Elizabeth, 29 in Glenelg, 28 in Noarlunga and Murray Bridge and 26 in Mount Barker. In Adelaide tonight, it should get down to 15 degrees, much cooler than we've had the last week. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny. We're heading for a top of 30. And looking ahead now, Sunday is looking partly cloudy and 32, cloud clearing on Monday, reaching 36, then get ready to sweat again. Tuesday will be sunny with the top of 38, reaching 39 on Wednesday, 42 on Thursday. Back to you, Beck.
Thank you, Joes. Have a great weekend. That's all for now. Thanks for joining us. See you on Monday. Enjoy your evening. Good night.